Students, today we are going to discuss about the reaction of water with metals and then reaction of water with non-metals. Metals usually react with water to form metallic hydroxide or metallic oxide. Along with that, hydrogen gas is liberated. The intensity of the reaction depends on the chemical reactivity of the metals. That means we can say some metals can react with cold water, that is normal water. Some metals can react with hot water, that means we have to provide external heat to initiate the reaction. And some react only with steam. Steam means highly energized state, that means water vapor form. And few metals, they never react with water, either in liquid form or in vapor form. Now we have to remember that when a metal reacts with water, either in cold water or hot water, that means liquid water form, then the products which are formed during the reactions are metallic hydroxide and hydrogen gas. Whereas if metal reacts with the vapor form of water, that means steam, then the products of the reactions will be metallic oxide and hydrogen gas. Please remember, if metal reacts with water, that means in liquid form, whether it is cold or hot, irrespective of that, the products will be hydroxide of metals and hydrogen. But if the metal reacts with vapor form of water, that means with steam, then the product will be oxides of metal and hydrogen. Let us take examples. We'll go as per the activity series. It is observed that potassium reacts violently, that means vigorously and immediately with cold water or normal water to form potassium hydroxide and hydrogen gas, which can be represented as 2K plus 2H2O. Products are 2KOH plus H2 plus heat. That means large amount of heat energy is released during the reactions. We can say the reaction between potassium and water is highly exothermic. Similar reaction takes place with sodium. The products are sodium hydroxide and hydrogen. During these reactions also large amount of heat energy is released. Both the reactions are highly exothermic. Due to that, hydrogen gas produced during the reactions catches fire immediately and burns, causing little explosions. Please remember, the potassium and sodium metal, when react with cold water, they cause little explosion. Question is why? Why there is little explosion? Because both the reactions are highly exothermic, that means large amount of energy is released, heat energy is released. Due to that, since there is large amount of heat energy, the hydrogen gas, which is one of the product of the reactions, catches fire because hydrogen is highly combustible substance and it burns, causing little explosions. So we can conclude that potassium and sodium are very reactive metals. Let us take other examples of metals. Calcium. Calcium can also react with cold water to form calcium hydroxide and hydrogen gas. But the heat produced during this reaction is comparatively less in amount, and this heat energy, that amount of heat energy is not sufficient to burn hydrogen gas. So it is observed that the reaction is less violent. During reaction, the piece of calcium metal floats in water as bubbles of hydrogen gas stick to its surface. So we can conclude calcium is less reactive than potassium and sodium. Okay, so what is the observation when calcium reacts with water, cold water? We will observe that the piece of calcium metal floats in water That means starts moving here and there in water. Why? Because the bubbles of hydrogen gas stick to its surface. Because of that bubbles of gas, it starts, the piece of metal start floating in water. Magnesium metal. Magnesium doesn't react with cold water. That means it is comparatively less reactive. Okay, let's see. It reacts with hot water to form magnesium hydroxide and hydrogen. So magnesium is less reactive than calcium, because calcium reacts with cold water to form calcium hydroxide and hydrogen, whereas magnesium reacts with hot water. It doesn't react with cold water. And during reaction, the products are magnesium hydroxide and hydrogen. In this case also, the similar observation takes place. That means the piece of magnesium metal floats in hot water as bubbles of hydrogen gas stick to its surface. Not only that, magnesium metal also react very rapidly with steam, that is water vapor. That means highly energized state. In that case, the products of the reaction are magnesium oxide and hydrogen, and this is vigorous reaction. So it can be written as Mg plus H2O give rise to MgO plus H2. Aluminium metal reacts only with steam. Aluminium never reacts with cold water or hot water. It reacts only with the vapor form water, that means with the steam, to form aluminium oxide and hydrogen. Reaction is given as follows. Zinc metal also reacts only with steam to form zinc oxide and hydrogen gas. Red hot iron. Red hot iron means iron is first heated at very high temperature and it becomes red hot. That red hot condition iron reacts only with steam to form iron 2,3 oxide and hydrogen. Iron 2,3 oxide is also known as ferroso-ferric oxide. And this reaction is very slow reaction, which can be written as 3Fe plus 4H2O give Fe3O4 plus 4H2O. Hence, it is concluded that aluminium, zinc, iron are less reactive than magnesium. Metals like lead, copper, silver, gold, etc., they do not react with cold water, even with hot water and steam. That means there is no reaction between H2O and metals like lead, copper, silver and gold. So based on this observation, the order of the reactivity of metals is as follows. Potassium is most reactive, whereas gold is least reactive. Let's see, why do reactive metals displace hydrogen from water? Water is slightly ionized to form hydrogen ion and hydroxide ion. Very less ionization takes place in water and it dissociates to produce H plus and OH minus. When a reactive metal reacts with water, it releases electrons. We already learned that metals usually donate electrons. Here also the same concept we are using. The reactive metal releases electrons. These electrons are used to reduce hydrogen ion of water to hydrogen atoms. That means H plus is neutralized. Since it is receiving electron or gaining electron, so we can say H plus is reduced to H atoms or hydrogen atoms. Then hydrogen atoms get converted to hydrogen gas, that is molecular hydrogen, because atomic hydrogen is unstable. So it has to be converted to molecular hydrogen. Next is Reaction of nonmetals with water. What you have to remember? Nonmetals do not react with water or steam. Why? Because they cannot release electrons. Nonmetals usually accept electrons. So we can say, since nonmetals cannot release electrons to reduce hydrogen ions of water into hydrogen gas, so they never participate in the reaction with water. That means they never react with water. Okay. So this is another type of reaction of metals and nonmetals with water. Nonmetals do not react with water, but metals react with water based on the reactivity. It's very important to learn the reactivity order of metals. Next we will be learning the reaction of metals and nonmetals with dilute acids. That I will discuss in the next class. Thank you.